So my name's Hal. I write on things that I know, mainly depression, love, and probably a few other things, but you'll get some of them tonight. These next two, a couple of weeks back, I sat down over a dining table with one of my lovers, and I went through all of my old poems, the ones that haven't seen the light of day.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh, indeed. Shit's hearing that one. And yeah, I may swear, enjoy. And I read these two out, and she said two things to me. One, that one's changed my life, and two, bitch, you better read them out. So I took her feedback on board. And these next two are terrifying.
Yay, my favorite poem.
But that's the point, isn't it? And I've never performed.
Yeah.
I forgive myself for this meat suit that fails, for my mind that slips and falters, for the love I don't have for myself. I forgive myself for a brain that has a mixed match of chemicals, for forgetting, on occasion, how to spell one of my middle names, but being able to reliably remember pi to 10 digits. I forgive myself for having so much love in abundance and flowing free for others, for having so little love, barest specks and scraped from the bottom of barrels for myself, for an injury that will never heal. I forgive myself for sensory input from a wound that will never heal, that my brain interprets as pain. I forgive myself for not being one of those kinky folk who get off on pain. I forgive myself for past fuck-ups. I forgive myself for future ones too. I forgive myself for unhealthy coping mechanisms, for chocolate at 7 a.m. as I write this poem.
Very good.
I forgive myself for still grieving my father's death. I forgive my oft-times fast-depleting energy levels. I forgive myself for not liking the man in the mirror that looks back at me. I forgive myself for the thoughts that spring from dark corners. I forgive myself for maladaptive behaviours. I forgive myself. Thank you. I love those ones that start out as a stream of consciousness and then I turn into a poem and go, oh yeah, shit, okay, that has wings. This one's called My Anger. I will never be unsafe. The world has enough unsafe people. I am afraid of becoming unsafe to those around me. I control my mind so it isn't destructive. But the anger has been building behind the dam for years, and even single droplets add up. How can I let this out in a safe way to not flood the village downstream? My anger need not be destructive, not atomic bomb, but fusion reactor. I need not be afraid of flooding the village. With the right processes, I can power it. I choose my words and thoughts and actions carefully. I will not be angry. Nothing good comes of it. I fear my anger. Wait, no. I fear their fear of my anger. I'm afraid that they will be afraid of me. I will not be unsafe to those around me. Thank you. I'm running low on time and I will jump off the stage.
I'm not timing.
Okay, excellent.
I'm just enjoying poems.
Cool. Late last year, a dear friend of mine asked me to write a poem to her child growing inside of her. And this is what I wrote for her. It's called Unborn Smile. Dearest Little One, I can feel you growing inside of me. Your growing brings many changes in me, your mother. Not all of them are pleasant, but I do not hold that against you. I love you. As much as I am able, I love you. I am sorry that you do not have all of my love and laughter. I must hold back, just for a little while. I feel tormented for being this way, but it is okay. I will hold on to the hope as you grow and as the months move on. My love is held in check. Dearest little one, I have lost love before, but know that there will be a time soon when my love flows over you like torrential rains on parched earth. Until then, I shall trickle my love upon you. I shall feed you and nourish you and keep us both safe. I am your mother, and I will always love you. I'm just looking through the ones I'm doing next and grinning. This one's called the Bliss of Submitting. The bliss of submitting. To not need to hold space and curate and control, to let go in the moment, to trust. Him, her, them, with me. In my vulnerability. My rawness, my soft edges and firm flesh, to let loose my screams of pleasure and pain, to feel teeth and tongues and hands, to feel the bite of cuffs and the sting of palms and the thud of fists. An emotional, not just physical experience. And safety of the other people too, not just mine. I'd like to let go. I'd like to just not be holding myself in readiness. I'd like to submit. There are many aspects about my life that I love, and one of which was on my birthday earlier this year, I ended up at an orgy. And so as my friends were doing delightful things, I was sitting on the side of the room in a chair writing this poem. Oh yeah. It's called Consent at an Orgy. Right, what do you know? Anyway. My friends are paired and trioed on mattresses on the floor. Firestarter plays softly in the background. Giggles, kisses, silence. Thuds of fist on flesh, groans and moans of pleasure. Negotiations flow from honeyed tongues. Love and respect fly free. No hand grasps muscles unwelcome. No palm slaps skin unasked. No touch without consent. And if you think consent ruins the moment, you're not doing it right. Talk, joke, laugh. Hey, would you like my hand on your knee? And if yes, do you like firm pressure or soft? I would love for you to bite me. Is that something you'd be up for? Hi, I think you're rad. Can we cuddle? People want for breathers, sugar hits, water and lube. People want for negotiations and comfortable positions. They want for space to breathe and closeness of skin. Everything they long for can be negotiated. Discussed, created. Consent is a muscle. It takes training and practice and unlearning old behaviours. But oh my, it is worth it. So amazingly worth it. To express your boundaries and be heard, to hear another's and respect them, to hear a no and celebrate it. It isn't a rejection of you, but instead a yes to themselves. To negotiate. Clearly create a connection that celebrates the needs of all involved. To have an interaction that informs your experiences from this moment forward. A breath of fresh air. A clear look into what is possible. Consent is not an absence of no. It is a clear and enthusiastic yes, whether counting for power dynamics, emotional and mental headspaces, timing and tiredness and energy and desires. It is understanding relationship agreements. Consent can be withdrawn at any time. Create. You deserve to be heard and celebrated. You deserve to have your boundaries and agreements honoured. You deserve to be safe. Thank you. So stop me whenever. It seems I'm enjoying doing the vulnerable ones. This one's called Hallowed Halls. I laugh, wholeheartedly, full-throatedly, with every speck of energy I can muster, every ounce. Ha 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 ha! The mask slips. The hallowed halls within my heart are hollow. No sounds of laughter flow from there. My mind. This is where I summon the laughter from. Not laughing at anyone, but with. Everyone deserves laughter. I see their eyes. I see their pain in many, and my laughter is a spark in their world. I laugh wholeheartedly, full-throatedly, because I can still remember. I remember all the daydreams of non-existence. I remember all the times of shaving my head and the unbidden thought of how sharp the razor is and how soft my flesh will be. I remember taking painkillers for an aching back and the unbidden thought of how many I'd need to shut down a vital organ. I remember nearly dying while driving and not being grateful for being alive. I laugh, wholeheartedly, full-throatedly. I remember in my darkest hours reaching out to find something, anything to keep me going. I laugh, wholeheartedly, full-throatedly. I remember in my darkest hours reaching out to find something, anything to keep me going, and finding it. I force the laughter at every opportunity because someday I hope it burns in my chest like the sun. Someday for it to flow freely from me. Until then, I shall laugh, wholeheartedly, full-throatedly, in these empty halls. Just got one or two more and I'll end on a slightly higher note. This one is simply called I Love You. And I started a tradition last year of writing a love poem on Valentine's Day that is really not a love poem. And I hope you enjoy this one. I love you. No, not with expectations or restrictions. No, not with obligations or commitments. No, I do not claim you. No, I will not love you forever. No, you are not the only one I love. No, I do not need you to love me in return. When I say I love you, it means many things. It means I wish you well and I want you to be happy. It means I enjoy being around you. It means you make my heart beat faster when I think of you. It means I want you to soar and be free. It means I am your friend. It means I feel safe with you. It means here is some of my rawness and vulnerability. It means I love our time and touch and connection. It means I value who you are and the desires and needs you have. I understand that I love you may mean many things to you. I understand that I love you may have been said to you in the past and that it has left its mark. I understand if you do not want to hear I love you from my lips. That is okay. The I love you I have in me does not even need to be voiced. I will simply be an I love you to the world, and those who are near will feel it. Thank you.